rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
One, ready?
They'll run with the former Bill, Zach Moss. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll give this to Moss running right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Odafe Oweh so quick. And he gets to him there behind the line. Now Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
The NFL's active leader in rush yards, Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Yeah, started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. They'll run it again with Henry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
Now Jackson on first down. Finding Walker complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson now. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And the Ravens are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. Here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Bengals nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Play action. It's Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Burrow completing this to Chase. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. A yard all they need, but it's third down.
And brings up third down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So on fourth down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And maybe some indecision on getting the punt team out there, and they're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Brad Robbins now. Deontay Hardy back deep. Fielded at the 20. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Bengals 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for the Bengal touchdown. Zach Moss, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Running from the gun with Henry. Shifts past him at the 45. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 26. Again, it's Burrow. They'll run the screen with Moss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Here we go. 2nd and 11 now. Moss on the give up the middle. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 54-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 79 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On now to punt, Brad Robbins. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, Hardy. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Jackson on 1st down. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And in for the Ravens touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On 1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Bengals 10.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Gun.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah,
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. Tucker's kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Bengals 10.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They keep it with Henry on first down. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 40-yard line.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
They go play action with Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Jackson's pass
On 2.
intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Moss. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, boy, that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit. It makes them a little bit less confident.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll go up the middle here with Moss. Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Moss. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they go play action now. Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Burrow looking to pass. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Moss. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the 1st half have now followed them into the 2nd half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now, or win. There he goes left side, and he'll be out right at the 35. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance. The passing game's off balance.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive
reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Burrow will throw. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd down, here's a run by Moss. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6, he got about 5. 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. Pushing through the contact. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
Burrow on play action. He will find his man Chase, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown Bengals. Chase Brown. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Go, take it to the house. Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action. It's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 83 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Tackled there by Jordan Battle.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.